What's going on, everybody? This is Walter of the Misfit Effect. And of course, I'm joined with my wonderful co-host, the lovely Miss Sarah Lace.
Hey, you didn't add so many like adjectives to that one. But you know what? That is okay. But because this is not about me. Today, we are bringing you the gorgeous, beautiful, eye-catching, honestly. I literally could not stop staring at your Twitter. I kept scrolling through it. But, anyways, let me introduce everyone to the gorgeous Evie. Or is it Ivy?
It's Yhivi, yeah.
Evie. I thought so.
Yeah.
Sweet. Anyway.
Hello. So, Miss Evie, for the unfortunate souls out there, tell us, who are you? Who is this Evie person?
I am an adult performer. I don't know. It's always a hard question to answer. I was born in Los Angeles. I've been in the industry for cumulatively 6 years, but I started about 10 years ago, or over 10 years ago, and took a break. And now I'm back. I've been back in the industry shooting for studios for the past 4 months, and then I started OnlyFans a couple of years ago. So proceeding, kind of getting back into studio shoots, I was doing OF stuff, which was a nice in between. So yeah.
So, what prompted the return to the industry? Because I know you said you were took a, was it a 4-year break or a 5-year break? 6-year
It
break.
was 2016 to 2022. So whatever the math on that is, I'll leave that to the experts.
6 years.
Um, 6 years, cool. What prompted me coming back? Well, money for sure was a part of it. I mean, I know it's not the funnest, hottest, sexiest answer, but it's true. That's what inclined me to reconsider multiple times, but really what made that make sense to me was feeling ready to return, feeling more able to enter the industry and navigate, just navigate all the different aspects of it that I think I had a little bit of trouble with when I first started. So yeah, I just felt prepared, and excited about it too. I know I start with the least fun answer and end with the most fun answer, which is I felt like I was ready to kind of dive in and be able to enjoy all the fun, sexy parts of it too. So yeah.
I mean, money is always a motivator. I mean, at the end of the day, like, even though sex is fun, you want to get paid for it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I want to have sex for fun, I can just do that, making it my job, basing a whole career off of it. That's a whole different set of requirements and motivations that I think need to be present. So yeah, definitely. You get
And I feel like one of the things also is having to be okay and understanding that your image is going to be everywhere.
it.
Like that stuff is not going away. So I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of people come into the industry like not prepared for that, but it's good to
sure.
come in with your priorities straight and knowing what you want.
Yeah, definitely. The second time around, it wasn't as much of a thing because I already had so much of me out in the world. I feel like that was probably the most one of the most different parts about like what I had to consider because it was already out there for me. But I definitely agree. Like that's one of the things if I am ever in a conversation with someone who is curious about entering the industry and isn't in the industry, I definitely always encourage them to really consider the gravity that choice.
yeah, because it's gonna be out there for forever.
Forever. Yeah. I mean, there definitely was a certain amount of me knowing, like, I don't know, it's so tricky because I'd been out of the industry for about 6 years. And also because I started so young, like, it definitely like, as far as like stigma goes, it still followed me. But I think as I got older, it's probably a little bit easier to be like, oh, well, I was young and that was a while ago. And like, I do this now. Not that I ever really felt any shame for what I did, but, going into different spaces with people that maybe aren't so educated on sex work, um, and just have like more internalized whorephobia and stuff. Like I had to be aware of like how people felt about it and what people might think of me. So I did realize there was like I felt like there was a tiny amount of me being able to like distance myself from that if I wanted to. But obviously, as you're re-entering it, but even again when I wasn't in it, it's always going to be there and that will always follow me. Um, which again, on like a personal level, it was never really, I had no conflict about internal conflict about it, but on a level where I understand the world that I live in and the assumptions that people make about people that do sex work and stuff like that. There's really no being realistic about that and avoiding that. Like people have their judgments.
I think some of the darn judgments that they have about sex workers are is completely BS. It's because I've been around for a long time, like you've been around. It's just
Mhm,
like they automatically assume like they think y'all are stupid, which is untrue. They feel that y'all are uncultured, which is untrue. Like, and they feel that like everybody in the industry got some sort of, STD, which is untrue. And there's so many damn misconceptions that people want to spew and spit out about people in sex work, but yet they sit back and watch these same dang old sex workers that they spew all these negative things about, and they watch us on their burner Twitters, and they say, "Yeah, I love this person," and then when they switch over to the other ones, oh my God, this is so disgusting. And it's,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
lots. Yeah.
I have been sent Bible verses and like whole essays on why I should stop doing what I'm doing. Like
Hmm.
I don't truly understand why they make it a point to go and reach out and do all that stuff other than just feeling holier than thou, you know? But at the end of the
Hmm.
day, just they really should just step back and understand that this is consensual work.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's really the most important thing is just understanding that what we are doing and most of the stuff is staged and it is
Hmm.
consensual. There's paperwork, there's so much behind what we do other
Yeah.
than the act that we put on.
Yeah, definitely. It's so true.
so I see here like you get like was like this year your first XPED or AVN, or was that last year? I'm making sure this stuff is up to date. Like, was this year your first
My
year going?
first time going to XBiz. You know what I don't know if I went to XBiz the expo when I was in the industry prior. So it might be my first XBiz. I know I'd been to the AVNs. I'd been to the XBiz awards before and I'd been to the AVN expo and awards before. But this might have been my first
And I'm just going by my
XBiz
notes
expo.
because it says like, yeah, she had never been before, and I'm like, I'm trying to think have I ever crossed your path at any of
Yeah.
these events because I've never been to AVN.
Okay. I see.
Even though I've been in porn for like 16 years, I've never been to AVN.
That's funny. Why not?
Here's the deal. Unlike you two beautiful women, I am not a performer. If I go to AVN and I feel that I need to be making some type of money,
Hmm.
like, so I'm like, since I'm not making any money, just like what you said earlier, it was financial.
Hmm.
I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not making money. So I have
Hmm.
no, or I'm not making money. I'm not doing content. I'm not doing anything. I am just a guy with a camera, and now
Yeah.
a guy with a camera and a podcast. That's it.
Yeah, it's different for
So,
sure. I get it. Yeah. It can be a lot more expensive, especially if you're not from the area. Like it was easy for me to go to XBiz this year because I live here. I live in LA. So
yeah, I go to stuff in LA because I live in LA. But even
yeah,
though Vegas
exactly.
is like 5 hours away, it's not it's
No,
not
it's
cost
expensive.
efficient.
No, definitely not. If you don't have any way to monetize it as easily as maybe other people in the industry, like you said, it's definitely tougher.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I was telling everybody like I like the thing is like especially because I feel like I overbuy cards for myself for when I'm doing stuff around here, but I always make sure I keep every. This is your card, by the way. I make sure I
Oh,
keep
there's my
everybody.
card.
I make sure I keep everybody's car like really safe. It was. I have a stack of cars like right here, so everybody who's been on recently actually have their car like right here because it's like my
Nice.
it's my X3 stack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, her car is in there somewhere. 'Cause I remember our conversation, our quick conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like via your time past and your time now, what do you feel is the main difference?
I just know myself a lot more than I did. I'm a lot more confident. I think, a lot more practiced in understanding my own needs and limits, and interests. And that is really, just I think in general as a person, it's great to get to get to a place where that feels a little bit, where I feel a little bit more confident in all these regards, but especially, being in the industry. Um, yeah, being in the industry, it feels really important and like really, really, really big deal. I think when I was younger, I was definitely able to a decent enough degree, like present myself with an amount of confidence or um self-awareness, but ultimately, I realized, and that's a big part of why I left, that I didn't really, I hadn't really hadn't really figured a lot out, really. I think a lot of it was more performance, and while being able to perform is a big asset in our industry, I think that without having a grounded understanding of yourself, can be a recipe for burnout for sure. Because you'll get a lot of, positive feedback from being a great performer, but if you're not able to differentiate your um, what's real and what's not for yourself, then it can be really tricky and you can end up pretty burnt out, which happened. So I would say I think that I'm a lot less likely to get burnt out, and I'm a lot more confident. And because of that, I'm also a lot more able to really enjoy, the moments that are really enjoyable and really be a lot more present with people on set. I would say that's a big difference too. I think I was a lot more reserved when I was younger, and I still can be, but I'm more comfortable putting myself out there, and I'm more open to connecting with people, just because they're there with me. I don't really need any I don't need any prerequisites to be interested anymore. So that's cool too.
What do you feel are your main interests now that you didn't have before? You say like your interests have changed. What do you feel are your main interests now?
I think my interests are actually very similar as far as like, I don't know, like hobbies and stuff like that. Like I've always been really interested in cooking and just learning about how to take good care of my body, in reference to like what I put in my body, other than, other body parts, like the food that I ingest, the things that I drink, tea, like herbal teas and stuff like that. And I've always also been very interested in ecology, so that has been something that I've still sustained as far as just interfacing with plants and, being outside and just learning more about, the things around me that aren't all necessarily like human centered. Love people, but we can learn a lot from plants and dirt. So yeah, I think there's a video I saw of me that's on YouTube from one of my AVNs where someone asks me like, "Oh, if you could say anything to the masses, what would you say?" And my answer was, "Learn where your food comes from." So sounds pretty on brand for me, to be honest.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah,
I've never
I think it's a good answer, honestly, because
I've never
I
heard of ecology, but
mhm.
I did fail botany.
Okay.
Failed it. It's the only class I failed.
Ecology.
You can feel
Really?
ecology, and I know that's the inner. I just looked it up on my phone. You just said it.
I see.
That's a study of how they work, and I studied botany, and that's just the
Yeah.
study of plants. And yeah, I don't put a lot of good food into my body.
No.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure you're enjoying it, right? You're at least enjoying eating the food
sometimes because
sometimes.
I've been forcing my,
Sometimes.
I'm not a greenery person. Like I've never
Well,
liked
just any food, but the food that you're
greenery.
eating, do you enjoy it? If it's not good, like we define good. I mean, in the context of what I'm saying, it's probably like, is it nourishing for you? Maybe not. But I think a part of food that's good is enjoying it and feeling like you feed your soul too, which doesn't always have to equal nutrition on a cellular level.
I think as you said, like I love to cook. And
Hmm.
like I was showing her the other day, like I just went out and bought an ungodly amount of cookbooks because I want to like cook random stuff I've never cooked before from different cultures.
Oh,
And
cool.
I purchased I think it was like 12 cookbooks.
Dang. What were the cookbooks on?
Well they're all, let me bring it up. They're all like different like, a lot of ones are from like cartoons. So
Hmm.
like
Oh,
Mhm.
cool. Like anime ones?
uh
Mine's Lilo and Stitch themed.
I am missing two books from this. She just reminded me.
Yep.
Just reminded me. I have two, like I sent her a picture the other day of all the cookbooks I got, but I just remembered that there are two books that I did not send you. So I have a Coco book.
Wow.
I have Coco, Encanto, Lilo and Stitch, Tiana cookbook. I have a Cajun cookbook, I Heart Soul Food. I have Snoop Dogg's cookbook. I have a Stardew Valley cookbook from, the video game Stardew Valley. I have
That sounds so
uh,
fun.
the unofficial Disney Parks cookbook. I have two cookbooks about cooking food in my indoor smoker. And then you just reminded me I have the two Food War cookbooks. So, and I didn't
That's
have
not
I didn't
bad.
have it in the picture I sent you. And because it's in this closet in my room and not out there with the rest of the cookbooks. I forgot about that cookbook. So yeah, I have all those cookbooks and I've been really wanting to I'm forcing my friend
You want to
to
start?
cook. Yeah, I'm forcing my friend to cook with me.
Mhm.
What are you gonna start with?
I really think we're going to start with we have this actually it's two more I'm missing. It's a pasta, it's a Italian, a thick cuss word, a thick old Italian cookbook and a cookbook just on cookies from around the world. But no, we're going to start with the Italian one, but we're going to do
Hmm.
something that's not pasta because I hate noodles.
Really? Wow. Hates noodles. I don't know how many people I've met that at least would say that out loud. So,
I like the
I
thing is
know.
I will openly admit all the food that I do not that I've tried before and I've really tried to get into, but I just
yeah.
can't take it any like take the taste. Like
Then don't, yeah.
I tell people I don't eat mashed potatoes. Um and
Is it a texture thing?
with the pasta, with the noodles or
With
the
both.
well with noodles it's like for me it was more so it's just I can taste the starch in any type of noodle. I can
Mm.
feel it. I can literally taste the starch, and the starch just doesn't sit right with me. Like
Okay.
I love garlic bread, and
Mm.
I would take spaghetti sauce, like with the meat in it, and I
Mm.
would
Oh,
dip it in
yeah.
the sauce all day. But when it comes to the actual noodle, I can't do it. But when it comes to my mother, my grandmother, God bless her soul, um, because I don't want to say kidnapped, but she got me when I was 3, because my mother had her other kids and my siblings, and from 3 to 13, I was at at my grandma's house, and every damn day mashed potatoes. So it got to the point where I did not even want to look at a mashed potato. So yeah,
Fair.
it's
I get that.
every other way you make a potato, I would eat, except for mashed.
See, that's what happens when you overeat your favorite foods, or certain foods
Yeah,
even.
totally. Yeah.
Says
I've
the
been there
taco
with
lady.
stuff.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I think right now my favorite thing to cook, it is my favorite because it's the easiest thing for me to do and it lasts it reheats well. It's just chicken.
Oh,
I just like
I
making
thought you were gonna
chicken
say.
and what?
I thought you
What
was
do you think I was
finna.
gonna say?
I thought you finna say like a very complex dish. You was finna say like, yeah,
No.
this chicken de boer. It's from this Italian.
Yeah.
This is
No,
it's a
no.
French place, and like yes, it's French cuisine, and you have to get these
No,
special
just
seasonings.
chicken, not just chicken. I mean, I have a way I do it. It's not, I don't just I do it well, but I like, that's the type of food I like lately. When I was younger, I was definitely really into trying out a lot of different recipes from, like you said, like from different cuisines. And I still like doing that. But for me, I need, I need, I just need to be pragmatic about it. I don't need to be, but it
It
serves
helps.
me the best right now. So the things that I can just not have to, not have to search for the ingredients or acquaint myself with something new, a new technique, a new ingredient, like I just said, those are the things that work best for me right now, and I appreciate the most because those are the things that are going to help me stay well fed, be eating home cooked meals, and same for my family, without requiring too much extra stuff of me. And again, I make really good chicken just baked in a cast iron pan in the oven. Um, Usually I'll put some just like salt, maybe some lemon, like squeeze some lemon on it, and then maybe some herbs. I'll change out the different herbs. I really like recipes where I can switch different components of it out to keep it interesting, but have the same like structural foundation to build off of.
I have
I
So yeah,
get you.
chicken's a good
It's
one because chicken you can do in so many different ways, you know. I
I
do it with
have
the
a
bones in too because it cooks a lot more
I have a
tasty that way.
drawer full, like a big
Mhm.
drawer full of just spices. And then I have two
Hmm.
hmm
racks of just spices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get judged. People say I have overkill. But
Coming from the
See?
girl who helped him move, oh my God, he has so many spices. Like, that was insane. Just like, mind you, most of them are still closed. He has duplicates of most. And I'm just like, Rostar, but why? Like, you haven't even like used this one halfway. And he was like, I don't know, just in case we do like a barbecue or something and we need more spices. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense then.
I plan ahead. But I love to cook,
Way
so yeah.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
just love to cook, so I know like for example, I use a lot of black pepper and a lot of stuff
Hmm.
that I make. So I have like three things of black pepper.
Of the
Hmm.
big ones, not just like, oh,
Oh
he
my God.
like full size black pepper.
You're prepared for sure.
I mean, because the worst thing that happen is you start to cook something and you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I need lemon pepper and I don't have any. Damn it.
Hmm.
That messes up
No,
the whole recipe. Oh,
it's true.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Same. It's not the best. That's a reasonable way to try to avoid it.
so
He
quickly,
overdid it just a little though, just a little.
I believe you too. Yeah. Hey. I believe both of you.
right? Quick question though. You said you're in ecology. Like, do you have like I see the plant behind you. Do you have are you
Hmm.
a plant person with a lot of plants, or you just have the little guy behind you or little girl behind
No,
you?
I have a lot of plants. On the table, I have two. On this chair, there's two. On another place over there, there's two. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven,
Damn,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I like 15.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
I have my four and I'm struggling.
My apartment here has really great light. Like there's these windows right behind me, and then there's two more. I'm in a corner unit too, so there's only like one darkish area of the apartment. And it's the entryway. Otherwise, all the walls. No, sorry, one and a half walls don't have windows, but every other wall does.
I think
Yeah,
like
that's huge. That's very huge for help for growing plants.
well, I mean, I know where I used to live at, it was darker and now I have more light now, but I
Hmm.
just either I overwater or
Yeah.
I don't think them enough, or they have seen too much porn in my house that go on and they just so disgusted that they just wait ready to go. I don't know because I have three snake plants in a different type of plant, a real flower plant.
Like this one's all happy. My friend gave this to me. He moved away and
Oh,
it wasn't flowering. And I was like, I bet it'll never flower because these take a while to flower. They often just look like this,
what is that?
Yeah.
just without the flowers. But yeah, it's nice. Again, I don't know. Happy apartment or they're happy here. I think it's definitely about vibes, as you're kind of implying. I don't think porn is a bad vibe. I shoot a ton of porn in here. They see it too. They see it
Right?
happen in they see it happen in real time, you know?
No,
Exactly.
I was just joking, like because like
I
my
know.
living room had just became at one point like constant people just, hey Raw, can I shoot in your living room? Yeah, go ahead. And then like, just all the time when they move my plants out the way or
Oh,
in
that's
the
a
way
problem. Plants don't
or
like to be moved around,
yeah,
really.
they had to move it. Either it's gonna be in the scene or not in the scene, depending on where they wanted to do it at. And it's just
Mhm.
Yeah.
like they move them back. They just move for that.
Yeah, okay, they move them back. Yeah.
It's just right now they're in the way. So, but yeah, so and they just seen too much. They're like, oh my God, these people are nasty. What are y'all doing in this house? I was chilling at Home Depot, seeing all the smiling people, and now I see this. Oh my God.
I do wonder, when's the last time you changed the soil or like transplanted them?
Was a transplanter?
Yeah. Are they
Never.
root locked? Have you checked?
I've never transplanted them. I'm a bad plant
Okay.
parent. You can see, Evie.
I will
It's been a
come
while
to
for me too.
You say what?
I will come take care of them next week and see if that's what it is, you know?
So,
Aw,
so
Because I like propagating mine and like transplanting them.
pretty. Yeah, they're happy.
I have a quick question. So I'm reading this whole thing here. So
Uh-huh.
is your contract at Brazzers ending or is it just starting?
It's ending. I have a few more scenes to shoot with them. There might be one more that I shoot next month. But yeah, but then I'm a well, I wouldn't say free agent because I have an agent, but I'm a free agent and
Speaking of that, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is hilarious and it's crazy and sad, but it's the realest thing ever. You are our first active Spiegler girl to come on. We've had girls
really,
on. We've had girls on
Mhm.
that were like before they became Spiegler girls,
yeah,
but you're our first active Spiegler girl. Like,
just starting, just active, just now. Literally, I got on the site a few days ago.
oh, we'll see. Well, yeah, fresh. So yeah, like
Fresh.
Yeah.
because a few of
That
your
reminds me, when I was doing research on your IMDb and some of the like bios, it still says that you're retired. So I'm gonna go and give them a note and be like, hey, no, she's
no,
not.
she's not retired. You better recognize.
No longer. I think
Hey,
now, yeah, I definitely think now they'll kind of, now that I'm agented and I've been performing with studios for a bit, I think now they will. I imagine they're probably, I mean, I don't know how it works. I think it probably just they need a little nudge.
So, question.
mhm.
So, what is the first type of videos you want to do now that this contract has ended? So, what do you?
Well, with browsers, I've been doing all types of scenes. I mean, they definitely have their vibe, but they have a pretty big range of stuff that they shoot. They do gonzo stuff, they do things with more dialogue and like narrative. They do rougher stuff, they do more like light. I wouldn't say soft, they don't do any softcore, but I don't really enjoy doing softcore, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited. I think what I'm most excited about is Just getting on different sets, working with different directors, working with different performers. I mean, Brazzers shoots a lot of different types of like a different performers, but I definitely worked a lot with their contracted stars, which was amazing. I mean, all of them are so good at what they do. And great to, great company. But yeah, I'm just, there's also a whole industry beyond Brazzers with a lot of different performers and, people that are on set, behind the camera, and, different locations and stuff that I'm excited to interface with more too. It's been really fun working with Brazzers, but I wanted to, get further into the industry, not further, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, play your ring. That brings me to my next question then. Okay.
Hmm.
Think of anybody in this world of this industry, your top five. Who have you
Hmm.
not worked with that you want to work with?
Oh God, that's such a hard question. Well, I've actually worked with a lot of people that were on that list, so that's cool. I really want to work with what is her name? Angel Young. Angel Young, is that her name? I have to look her up. I'm not good
It's
with
Youngs or
names.
Youngs? I know you're talking about.
Youngs. I think it's Youngs. I think it's multiple Youngs. Angel Young. I just think she's really hot. Angel Youngs. I haven't worked with her. Violet Myers, I think, is really hot, but I haven't watched her scenes. I don't know like what her energy is like. Like I've seen some of Angel Young's stuff and I can tell she gets pretty into it. I don't know Violet Myers. I don't know what her performance style is, so I'm not sure, but I think she's hot. Um, who else? It's interesting that those two people came up. Let me see. I had a list of people that I requested to work with. So let me see if there's some people on there that I haven't worked with. Sorry, I don't have this answer ready. I feel like it changes every day too.
Oh no, it's like because the
Um,
thing is, it's like it shows your fans who may watch this, like
yeah,
like I don't know, like I have a list, like, but it's kind of hard to pick the list.
it
Mhm.
is. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Um, Amina Green. I think Amina Green is really cool. I
Love
would love to work
Amina.
with her. She's so cool and smart. Um,
Mhm.
She was
and
my
she's
foodie
and
buddy for a while.
oh really?
Yeah,
And she's hot too, obviously. But like
Yes.
everyone in the industry is hot. So yeah, Amina, Violet, who else did I say? Angel, um, Queenie Satine. I think it'd be cool to work with her. You know who else I've never worked with, but we've known each other for a minute, not super well, is Arabelle Raphael. But she doesn't really shoot studio stuff, but she does do her own stuff. So I would work with her. Is that five or four?
that was
That's
five.
five.
I did it. Yes, and they're all women. That's
No,
not a coincidence.
that's what it usually is. It's like
It's all
I like
women. I mean,
very rarely you see someone say, "Yeah, I want to work with this
yeah.
dude," but
I feel like I've worked with a lot of the best male performers already with Brazzers. Or in the past, I did really enjoy working with Manuel Ferrara. I
that's
would
what I
work with
was
him
thinking
again.
about. I didn't want to say
Yeah,
his
I worked with him.
name.
I enjoyed working with him when I was younger, and I think it'd be really fun to work with him again. And I worked with J Mac. He was fun to work with for the first time for Brazzers. Um, and Xander also was really, I've worked with him when I was younger. I've shot a scene with him already for Brazzers. It hasn't come out yet, but yeah, I feel like the pool of male performers that are really good at what they do and not, total shitheads. Sorry, I cussed. It's small.
True.
It's
I
It's
it's
want
a
honestly
small
true
list.
though.
Evie, I want to say
Yeah.
this. If you want to cuss up a storm, you are more than welcome to.
Cuss
I
up a
don't,
storm. Say no more.
I,
I'm just
I,
kidding. No,
I,
no, no.
I don't curse because it's a choice,
Oh,
but
that's cool. I like that.
yeah, and like they really like try to get me to curse, and when they finally got one word out of me,
Oh yeah.
it was because I was talking about one of my favorite things in the world, and then I
Titty
just froze.
fucking.
Yeah,
You said fucking?
Yeah, titty
no,
fucking.
that together
Oh,
because
wow.
I was
Oh, because you like it. I see. I see. I
no. Here's
see.
the deal. Here's the deal. No, because I was talking about this because like me, I don't care how big, like, because I'm kind of asexual, but I love sucking titties. That's the only thing I need. Something just fell on me. That's the only thing I care about. And like when it comes to that, like I don't care how small you are, flat chested you can be flat as the desk I'm on right now. Just as long as there's a nipple there, just as long as I know it exists, you know, it exists. And like, but the thing is,
True fan.
I feel
Yes.
that the bigger it gets, the harder it is for someone to have titty sex with it. And
Wow.
like,
So like half the girls I just mentioned, you would hate to titty fuck them
no, I
because
mean,
they all have
no,
Too
huge
much
boobs.
titties
I
for
mean,
him.
there's
Too
big,
much. They do. Their boobs are
there's
like bigger than
big,
my
but
head.
Right?
if your titty is like a double H, like if I could put my arm in between it and I still like and they still like it's some people some
You gotta
people
do the arm test.
yeah some people have too much titty and it's just too much
I'm
and like
sorry. There are people in the world that would be at your doorstep if they heard what you just said.
yeah
Right?
and I love it
Exactly.
Too much shitty. No, that just means you mean it though.
and
I have respect to you, honestly. I get what you're saying. I follow you, but
and
I
like
don't share in
I
your
don't
criticisms, but
Right?
no I
sorry,
just
not
no
criticisms. No,
no don't get me wrong
preferences.
don't get me wrong like I still love them. I was just talking about having titty sex with them because I feel
I
I don't
see.
like I okay this is gonna be personal for a second. I know what I have down here, you know? And I know like if they're too big, I'm not gonna have the same amount of pleasure in some that are
Okay.
yeah.
In
That
the
makes sense.
okay.
Okay.
And that's why
Okay.
and that's where I got to it. I'm like you have too much titty for me to titty elf. Like I,
City F.
I'm getting
Come
Yeah.
on, just say it. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
Right?
I respect your decisions as
And I do feel like I guess some people probably think the same way with booties. Like if they're too big, they're like, "Oh, how am I getting in there?"
yeah.
So that's where I kind of understand the idea of it, but like I don't care. I love me some titties. Smother me with them, okay?
yeah.
I don't have to
Yeah.
breathe. Just give me a big old hug.
I'm saying I don't mind what like because as long as I can suck on the nipple, I don't care. That's all I said. You can be this desk, completely flat. That's a
He's
nice.
happy with sucking on
That,
a heartbeat.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, and I've said it before. You know, the benefit of sucking on a titty that's small is because you can feel the heartbeat more, and you can feel how excited they are if you're doing it right or not.
Oh my God. Wow. This is intimate.
Yeah, I'm serious because like
Right?
No, I can tell. The only way you say that is if you've experienced it and you want it. I
yeah
believe you.
because if you're sucking on a titty and the heartbeat just going beat beat. You're not doing it right. You gotta do something to excite the person you're with. But if you're doing something and you're sucking it right and you're giving that little air when you're sucking on a titty to make the nipple get hard because it excites them more. The people don't understand. When you blow on a nipple that's wet and like just a little bit, not like whatever, it makes them feel so good. Like because it just it does something to some not all women but some women it feels so good to them and then when you're sucking on it and you feel that beat that hurt go beep 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 that means down there is getting excited it's getting wet down there and you're doing something right and you're exciting them so I
Yeah.
feel that you need to excite them right so that's I mean like that's the quickest way to a heart not without stabbing them but like that's you're in their heart and you
Dang,
feel
you're
it.
romantic. This is kind of romantic too.
Right?
I'm sorry
Wow, Roster, I didn't know that you were secretly romantic.
I am a titty lover and
No, you just started talking about a heart, so I don't know. It
yeah
sounds like it's
because
more, there's
because
other body parts on your mind right now.
It's
because
more than the
because
titty.
because I want to make sure like I'm one of the few people out here in this world that do things for their benefit, And so as long as you're happy, I'm happy, And if you're unhappy, we got to figure out how way to make you happy. And
Hmm.
like I know what skills that I have in general, and
Hmm.
that's one skill that I have. That's if anything in the world, if you can say that I suck at anything else, but you would not say I suck at sucking titties.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I got a
I
PhD
love
in titty
that.
sucking, you know?
I believe
That brings
you. I
me
can
to a
tell.
fun question. Evie, are you a titty person or an ass person?
I like both. Sorry, I know that's if I had to choose, if I had to choose, I would choose ass because everyone has an ass. I like boy ass too. I love
Yeah,
looking at guys. I love looking at guys' butthole and a girl's butthole equally. Actually, kind of a guy's a little more because it's a little nastier because guys are gross. So I'm like, whoa, I must be
it's more
pretty desperate if I'm
taboo.
liking this guy's butthole, his hairy asshole right
Yeah,
now.
I hate my booty. I hate
You
every
do?
ass. I hate
That's
every
also
ass.
why I like it because I also just like it when a guy is like, yeah, that feels good. If you get them in a vulnerable position, oh, I like that. But I mean, boobs, classic. Titties are classic, you know? Titties are
Mhm.
always going to be a classic.
Yeah, because no,
Mesmerizing.
because some booties look the same, but no titty is the same.
Well, unless they're fake. Not even
No,
then.
no. Even when
Not even then.
even when they fake, because sometimes the nipple don't match up. You got a nipple here, a nipple here.
You're
And
like a titty detective. You do have a PhD in titties. A PhD diddy. I just say PhD. I mean PH. I have PhD. I just said titty as I said did. PhD in titty.
EH Diddy. No, I
It wasn't even this. I'm sorry. PhD in titties.
I think it's more
PhD.
so because like I do take a lot of pictures of people, and a lot of them like they're topless, whatever, and I have to look at it, and I'm like, it's not titties. She just got it because people have literally just got a boob job and was like, oh, check this out, raw, and be like, okay. Do you want me to give my honest opinion or do you want me to say, oh, that's nice? And
Wow. You have
yeah,
opinions.
yeah, and like people ask me for my opinion. This been going on since I was in college. This is since 2021. This is before I got in
Hmm.
porn. People have
Hmm.
been sending me their titty pictures. They say, "What do you?" And I have not had sexual relations with any of these human beings.
I feel like that means you're the safe guy, you know? The
Yeah,
one that they feel comfortable with.
Hmm.
Think
usually
about
yeah.
how I'm always walking around your place naked. Like,
Everybody walking
because
around
I'm
my house
comfy.
naked, and I
You
just
know, I'm
ignore it. I'm to the point where people walk around my house naked, and I don't even pay attention to it anymore. And then like, yeah, I'm like, oh, that's right, you are naked, okay.
exactly. I feel like having done porn or anything adjacent to that for so long, you
Yeah.
almost get just desensitized to the nudity, at least in like a private space where you're just like,
Hmm.
oh, well, like they're naked.
Totally.
It's normal, you know. They're
I've
just
been
comfortable in
Definitely.
their
I'm
skin.
completely no to nudity, like
For
Mhm.
yourself?
in general, like I tell people now, like, because I've said this before, because I shoot pictures and record people who's having sex, whatever. But it's like
Hmm.
for me, it's kind of like, okay, if I'm not participating, I don't get hard down here because it's just I'm just
Yeah.
dude, yeah. And it's like I tell people like it's only been twice in my 16 years of shooting porn or whatever that I've gotten hard on a set while I was either doing pictures or videography.
Yeah.
So
I believe that.
quick question though, really quick. I'm just going down the rest of my list to make sure I answer all these questions.
Hmm.
So do you still grow weed, or was that just something you did in the past?
It's something I did in the past, and I like it wasn't my own. I mean, actually, for a little bit, I did have my own setup with someone I was dating, but I like worked for like large grows. But no, I
Okay.
don't do that anymore.
I was gonna say she has like her own weed plants and marijuana grower, like I mean, not marijuana, but mushroom grower. I'm like,
Hmm. They were culinary mushrooms, by the way. I actually have never grown psychedelic mushrooms.
Hmm.
yeah,
I
yeah,
could though.
we're talking about mushrooms that you could put in plants, y'all. Not put in food,
Put
y'all.
in place.
Not yeah, put in plants. Much
Well, hey,
not
plants
the
and
illegal ones.
mushrooms do have symbiotic relationships sometimes, so
I've
Mhm.
never been a fungi guy.
fungi guy. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
See, I was actually thinking because I have a friend that has like an acre and a half, I'd say. And I was actually thinking to ask them to just grab one of their old logs and basically drill holes in them and kind of do
Mhm.
like little mushroom logs.
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, why not?
I want to just do that and maybe like start growing some bean sprouts or something. Just small, like fun things to do.
Yeah, bean sprouts is an easy one. You could do that, even in your own in your own spot. You don't need like a ton of room for it.
Hmm. I heard you really just need like a mason jar or something like that.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's super easy.
What are some like plants that you like to grow as far as like farming wise?
I haven't really had a space for a garden in like years. So right now all my plants are just like indoor, regular, like non-edible plants. I really like growing beans because they can grow up things, and I think that's cool. Beans grow really fast. I think, I like I definitely have enjoyed growing food. I oftentimes seem to be most like immediate, like most tickled by like how like a space can change with plants, whether it's outdoor or indoor. So like beans, I think come up quickly for me because you can really like, cover a whole area of a garden or like
Mhm.
another plant with a bean. I also really like working with native plants too, like plants native to Southern California. There's a lot of really beautiful ones. Those ones can be a little trickier to start because a lot of them, I think their germination process requires like a freeze or getting like cut up a little bit or extreme heat. So it's like a little
Mhm.
bit like pretty much you're like trying to emulate the natural cycles of like a desert, which desert climates are really like up and down.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah. I haven't really been able to work on that scale though with plants in a little bit, but
I get it.
still love
Honestly,
them.
neither have I, but I've been wanting to like grow some like tomatoes and some lettuce, and I'm like, maybe I could do it in my backyard, you know?
I feel like tomatoes are always worth it for sure because fresh tomatoes, there's nothing better than a garden homegrown tomato.
The last
The
one I
flavor.
had, one, the squirrels kept eating it. Two, it
Oh
ended up
no.
freezing in the winter. So
Oh
let's
no.
find ways around that, you know? But
Yeah,
honestly, I can't even be mad at the squirrels eating it because, like, that's kind of what fruit is there for, you know?
true. Yeah, maybe have your squirrel plant.
Bird used to steal my
Yeah.
damn peaches off my damn tree.
That was so cute to watch, though. It's so cute to watch a squirrel like dash to a peach tree and go and like just take a huge bite out of it. Mind
Oh
you,
man,
it wouldn't always take the peach. It would just take a bite, hear a noise, and run away.
that's so funny.
So
I mean,
she
I guess
said,
the peaches are pretty big compared to squirrels, so
Yeah.
so you were watching the thievery.
Yes, I am a nature watcher. I will just sit there and watch squirrels and birds steal things for sure.
I have a lemon tree now, and they are not like
Ooh,
can't.
they don't
Yeah,
mind. They're not as interested.
yeah, they're like, or because you got to pill them. And like I haven't picked my lemon tree at all, and all the lemons are still there. I don't know how long they're good on the tree. I don't know how
Mm,
that works.
they could last
Just
a
check.
while, but you might have to start plucking some because if you don't pluck them, the tree's not going to grow as big the following year.
Mm, hmm.
I
So
don't
what do
know
you?
too much about plants, but I do know that it's like essentially, it's like when you're harvesting like basil or mint, how you kind of have to trim it a certain way so it kind of sprouts more. Or if you don't trim it, it's just not gonna grow as much because it doesn't see the need to grow as much.
Hmm. Hmm.
Cool question. I'm sorry. Uh, Earlier you said your hobbies was cooking, plants, and what else? What was the third one thing you said? Or did you forget already?
I think that was kind of it. I think I might have just rephrased one of the ones that I said.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody knows what you're interested in because you could be interested in anime, and then your fan out there is like, oh my gosh, he likes anime too, and
Yeah. I don't have enough time to really immerse myself in anime, but I was really into what's it called? Obviously not that into it, I guess. Attack on Titan. I loved that show. I
I've
still
never.
haven't watched the last episode. You know what else I've been into watching is
Okay.
Severance. Have either of you watched Severance? Highly recommend it.
I've
Mm,
never heard of Severance because I wasn't really into AOT. I watched a lot
sure
of
if I've seen it, honestly.
I
I'm
watched a
bad
lot
with
of
names,
Harem.
so sometimes people will say
Mhm.
something and I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen it. And they'll be like, yes, you have.
That's funny.
I watch a lot of harems. So I watch a lot of stuff that is like slice of life. I like feel good
Mm.
animes because like life
Oh,
is
I see. Yeah. Attack on
life
Titan's not a feel-good anime at all.
life is messed up in the world. So I need
For
something to make
real.
me smile.
Yeah. Severance also probably isn't. Don't look into any of those. It's not your vibe.
Those are more action, I'd say.
I've seen one episode of
Yeah.
AOT. And I think it was like
Attack on
season
Titan, yeah.
season two,
Oh,
episode
you
one.
jumped right in there. Interesting.
Oh no, I was my friend. Well, I was at
Okay.
their house and they were watching it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I just sat back and watched it too, and I was like, "What in the heck is this? What's going on?" Because I just know it was some giant in the city, whatever, walking
Hmm.
down, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't get it."
God.
Those
Right?
are the
That
Titans.
honestly, that was me with like Squid Games because I never even watched it. But I
Hmm.
sat down and watched like the end of half of an episode. Had
Oh
no
yeah.
idea what was going on. Like,
Out of context, that is
yeah.
probably
All I know is
confusing.
someone died, people cried about it, and then just kept moving. And I was like, okay.
You gotta pay your bills. You want to be in the Squid Game? Don't want to be in the Squid Games.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, okay, what all do you say? What all do you have coming out in this world? Like, what all scenes should we be looking forward to?
Well,
Either,
currently all of
either
my scenes are on browsers. So, well, actually, no, that's not true. I have an
Your
OnlyFans. So also
OnlyFans too,
check out
yeah.
my scenes on
That could be
OnlyFans.
on your OnlyFans too.
I forgot. I don't know why. I literally like post new stuff there every week too. Yeah, OnlyFans. I don't know. I've been refocusing on OnlyFans now that I have like I feel like I have my studio flow going and kind of reacquainted myself with that. So I'm kind of balancing both. I did just shoot with Dread yesterday. He has such a huge penis. That was crazy. In my vagina, not my butthole. Although I'd probably do it in my butthole.
either way, girl. Did you need an ice pack after? Like,
Honestly, I didn't. Well, I bought his dildo at the AVNs. We had already been talking about shooting together, and I went and I saw him selling it. And I was like, I should buy one of these so I can try because we had already, I think, set our date for our shoot. So I went, met him in person. We had already been talking over the phone. Um, Bought the dildo, and then the beginning of this week, I tried it out, and then I shot with him yesterday, actually.
oh,
And yeah, I filmed it so I could like sell it too, but it definitely was very much me just trying it for the first time. And it worked. It worked pretty great, honestly. I don't know. I
I
guess I have a
think if
big
you're
vagina.
horny enough, you can take it.
I think so too. And again, knowing your body, like I knew how to relax and into it. I knew, yeah, I just not to clench up in certain ways. Yeah, I know how much lube I need. I know to take it slow. Um, it worked. I knew what angles work. Um,
Eagle
you
dick.
know, huge. bigger than,
Yeah, I
this.
know. As I
I
said,
know, right?
when I was talking
Bigger than
earlier,
this.
yeah, when I was talking earlier about I don't have enough dick. I don't have a dread. That
Of
Right?
like
course, who does?
I've seen
Exactly. Oh,
dread dick, and I'm like, hey, you lucky. Like, did you steal some of mine? Jesus Christ! It's and if anybody
Yeah,
says they take dread, I wonder if it's in the vagina or
it's
in
in
the
my
butt.
vagina. Yeah.
Yes.
Which
No, I
apparently a lot of people, I mean, when I was younger, I definitely was like, oh, it's easier for me to fit bigger stuff in my butt. But I'm still reacquainting myself with anal, and I didn't want to,
care
I mean, of course, I don't want to injure my vagina either, but use it more. So I know, my
what goes in.
limits.
Yeah.
Whereas with anal, I did it a lot before, and I did start shooting anal. I've shot a couple of scenes with browsers now, anal, but I want to be really careful to just go about it slow and not overdo it because getting a butt injury can be hard to come back from sometimes. Um,
yeah.
Do
I
you?
always tell people that the booty hole is like a scrunchie. Like it is its own muscle that has to be trained to open more, you know? Like you
totally,
can't just
yeah.
automatically take a soda can up there.
No, no,
Well, that's
not
why
without
everybody.
injury at least.
That's why everybody put butt plugs in there and they just keep it in there all day long. And
Hmm.
That actually can cause booty hole injuries too, though, if you have it in for too
Mm.
long.
well, I don't. They put tails in there and they walk around and just.
I guess a tail is small, and it usually has like
Yeah.
the little stem, that's
Well,
smaller than
I've
the.
seen big ones. I've seen
Yeah.
big, big Oompa
Yeah.
Loompa, uh, like
Oompa Loompa.
yeah,
Oompa
Oompa,
Loompa.
Oompa Loompa
Oh my
size,
God.
like
Oh,
big but small, yeah, size butt plug. They just stick it up there, and then like they've been at my house and they pull it out, and I'm like, you had that up in you, just walking around just so freely, like
oh my God.
sitting down for dinner, eating rice, and you
Are
just
you talking about like the snake one? Is that what you're talking about? That someone walked
um
around with that?
No
yeah,
way.
yeah, people just walk like okay. At my house, Evie, I have a big box of just because I shoot a lot of stuff. I just have a big box of like sex toys we don't use. Like we plan to use them for like on the scenes, whatever, but we don't. So I just throw them in the box, and it just adds up over time. And then people
Mm.
go through it and say, "Oh, take this," and it was a big old, long, old out like big for no reason butt plug. And they just said, okay. They went ahead, cleaned it off, sprayed it off, and just stuck it up in there and just walk like was just chilling with it. And I'm like, that's a lot. I had a
See, for some
That's
people,
a
it's a
true,
lifestyle. It's
that's
a
a
yeah,
true
lifestyle.
anal queen.
but Jesus Christ. And then I've had some people say, oh, that's too small for my butt, my booty hole. That'll just
Hey.
fall out. And I'm
Oh, okay, that's possible.
like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's absolutely
Oh,
possible, but dang, those are some
Yeah.
anal queens right there.
Yeah, definitely. Impressive.
but
Absolutely.
someone's also taking the 17. I had a 17-inch dick here and someone took it. So
That's crazy. In their butt or the vagina?
it was in the butt.
Because there's an end to a vagina. There's not really an end to your butt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
mean,
it
there's
was
feet worth of
17 inches
investing.
and probably about
Yeah,
how thick was it? It was about like a little bit less than this.
that's
Thick.
crazy. The whole point, the beginning or the end?
No,
Or the whole
circumference,
The
the
whole
girth.
the whole
shaft.
thing?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Damn. How did they do that? There's no grade into it at all?
It was
Damn.
right.
it has like a dick head, but it was just really
Oh,
really thick. And you said it the one I had in the it was in the plastic bag. It was like three of them in the box. And like, yeah. And I'm like, this thing, and the thing is like this long. It's like it's bigger than dread. And I'm like, you just walking around just saying, okay, I'm gonna take this and just use it on myself and stick it all up in there. I'm like, that's a bit much.
That's sexy though. It's kind of hot.
Like that's that's like my damn arm just stick like and
Hey, people do that.
people fist. Yes, I know, but like it's like
Just
I don't know.
perpetual fisting.
Exactly.
I just think it's a
Honestly,
lot.
it sounds hot, so I love
I
the
mean,
idea of it.
because
I
I don't
wish I
because
could
because
watch.
I don't like booty holes. So yeah, that's one thing I
Oh
know.
yeah. Well,
I don't
there's
like
your
booty.
problem.
I don't like booty holes. Period. 'Cause you're talking about you're like yeah I love a woman's booty hole. I love a man's booty hole
You're
too
like,
because it's nasty. And I'm like the only thing I do, the only thing that goes over here with my booty hole is I have a bidet. I will bidet my booty hole and wipe it again, and then bidet it again and wipe it again. That's the only thing that touches my booty hole. Period. Nothing else.
Water.
Water and toilet
hey, that's
paper.
more than most people would say.
And then every time I need
Yeah.
to go to get tested, that little thing that has to go in the booty hole and I have to turn it and then break it off and stick it
The
into the little
swab,
thing.
not the
I hate
swab.
the swab. The swab sucks.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
I understand having to do it, but every time I'm there doing it, I'm like, ugh, this again.
I feel violated.
I almost wish it was bigger because it's so small and like pointy. I feel worried about it like in like
Breaking.
scratching me or like injuring
Yeah.
me because it's so, you know what I mean? Like the tip, like I know there's like a little bit of cotton around it, but there are hard edges, on the tip of it.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
fine so far, but that's what makes it nervous. Not like I'm not like, oh, I wish it was bigger. I'm just like I feel like it's not as safe.
Like if they put
But
just
I
a little more
You wish the
cotton on
cotton was
there.
bigger. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, or some yeah, exactly. More padding because it feels a little dangerous, like
Yes.
injury wise. Not, not like, but if you're trying to do anal stuff, like you don't want to, poke yourself in the wrong way.
I feel
And
violated when I've done it. Like I've violated myself.
yeah, I could see that. I try to get into it.
Need to go. They
I
need to
try to get
go home and take a cool, calm shower afterwards and just lay there for a little bit and think about life. I'm like, oh, just
no.
I
It's
just
not that bad. It's just a little
we
cotton swab up the booty hole.
had like
Honestly, the people who've never done this are probably like, no thanks.
well, I think
It
it's
isn't.
more. I think it's more so like being a straight male. It's just the position we have to get in order to really get in there. So it's not touching anything else when you pull it out and where you stick it into the thingy. You just got to be in a
The,
weird, awkward position, like to go in and really straight, and then come out straight, and then so you can do the little break, and then drop
wow,
it
you're
into
getting
the.
really detailed with this
I know.
description. I can
Yes,
picture it. I can
I
picture it.
know. I'm like literally visualizing it right now, and
it
I'm just
just
like,
it just I don't know. I'm sorry.
I can't with you. No.
It's just my son. Because I don't go get tested. Like I'm not extremely into getting tested, but like when I like because I'm not as active as most people. But when I do go, I have to do it right, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to take like a few hours to think about life. But we have run out of time. But you are a joy, Miss Evie. I'm glad I had an opportunity to just like walk past you at X3 and to say, hey. You seem fun via our quick conversation because
Very quick. Yeah.
you were like a headline person. Everybody was at your table, and then that one time someone wasn't there, you were having a conversation with someone. I'm like, okay, let me hurry up and get a picture of her really quick, speak to her really quick, get her card, and then walk away.
Well, I'm glad
So
we crossed paths too. And it was also great to meet you too, Sarah. You've both been great
we're
conversationalists.
Where can we find where can all your people who out here who have never heard you before and you're sad
Mhm.
you need to go out to our OnlyFans and like I don't know what's gonna be I don't know what the first video is gonna be that you could buy and I want you to go out and buy that very first video and just enjoy it. I don't know what it is. It could be her just taking a picture in in a leopard bikini. I don't know what it is, but enjoy that
I
picture. The first, I would just say the most
don't
random
enjoy
thing.
it. That's such a great t task to give people. Just go enjoy that.
Exactly.
Just enjoy it. But where can
Yeah,
everybody find you?
you can find all of my links on yhivi.com. So YHIVI.com. It'll have all the links to my social media, my Twitter, and my OnlyFans. I mean, social media is Twitter, but you know what I mean. Safe for work and not safe for work stuff. I have different usernames across all of them, so I just find it's easier to just go to yhivi.com.
Sarah
Perfect.
Lace, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on imsaralace.com. All of my links and my social medias will be on there.
We are the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook and on Twitter. I am RAWSCARR on Facebook and on the Instagram. Oh, and Blue Sky also. Again, oh, by the way, quick out, thank you for the rub for checking for hooking us up. We appreciate you. We love you. Much love. Ma'am, we will see you. See you. Really appreciate you coming on. You are a joy. We love your smile, your energy, and everything else that you are all about. So much love to you forevermore. And we will see you all next week, everybody out there in the world.
Thank you so much. Bye.